Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I forgot what episode this is. I think there's like 3, 4, I don't know. Today's topic, I wanted to cover happiness. More specifically, the pursuit of happiness. For starters, I think the pursuit of happiness is really personal to each person's life. There's not really a specific way that you have to pursue happiness in life. However you do it in life, it's just how you do it. Oh, man. It really just depends on one, like what's your definition of happiness? What do you seek for when you seek for happiness, right? What makes you happy? Could be family, could be success, could be work. There's endless amounts of things that can give you happiness of all different scales, right? And it's very situational, right? So for example, I think for me at the moment right now, what has been bringing me the highest level of happiness has just been my family, my relationship, my work. Since I had stated in the past that I was working on starting my own business, so seeing a little bit of success through that is always a great boost. Having work to do is always a great boost. All of that, honestly. And again, I've done this YouTube attempt over and over again so many times that seeing a little bit of results when it comes to YouTube now with what I've been posting recently also adds a large level of happiness in my life. I don't think I'm unhappy in any sense, honestly. I don't know what I would be unhappy about. Maybe what the fuck? Maybe was that a skeleton? A dripped out skeleton next to an Enderman, bro? What? Maybe I feel like unaccomplished in a sense because the business isn't going as well as I would like it to, but who am I to judge, right? Or maybe when I have disagreements in my relationship, I feel a little down, right? Because I don't want to be arguing with the person I love. Same with disagreements in my family, goes the exact same way, right? But I think just when you find something that does bring that joy to your life, brings you that happiness, I think it's a matter of, first off, just like holding on to it, understanding its value, right? Understanding how valuable it is to just have the chance to be happy over something, right? It's like that saying where it's like, I miss this person, and it's like, but how lucky am I to have the chance to miss this person? And I think that's a really good outlook on life that applies a lot towards happiness, because I feel like a lot of people that are in good positions in life or are not in the worst state that they could possibly be in can tend to be ungrateful because they are unable to value what they have in their lives, and that adds a level to their unhappiness that could easily be fixed by understanding the value of what they have, right? Valuing what you have is extremely important and goes so far in just long-term happiness, because life won't always be joyful. You will have struggle, you will have down times. Like, unrealistic to say that you'll never be sad. It's unrealistic to say that your life will always be good, and it's unrealistic to believe that the good times will last forever, because in truth and in reality they most likely won't. But that's not a bad thing. That's just an extra reason to value it. It's an extra reason to hold on to it when you have it. It's an extra reason to hold on to the memories once they're gone, to value it even as a memory as much as you valued it in the moment. Being able to value something in the moment just as much as a memory of that thing is what allows for long-term happiness, or at least one of the things. Because I feel like for people that are unable to, like, they might experience something and be extremely happy in the moment, and then when it ends they're extremely sad about it ending. they feel like a part of them is lost because it ended. They feel empty because it's gone. I think that takes away so much from the joy that you felt even in the moment. Because now you're connecting it to bad feelings when there was no need to. You could have looked back on those memories and felt the same joy that you felt in the moment. Because how lucky were you to have experienced that? How lucky were you to have felt that level of happiness that makes it so hard to let go of it? A lot of people don't get to experience that. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people aren't blessed with the opportunity to look back on fond memories and feel joy about them. And the people that are blessed with that don't understand how lucky they are and undervalue it when they have it. So, in truth, I think that understanding the value of a moment, understanding the value of a memory goes so far when pursuing happiness in the long term of life. And then besides from valuing moments, memories, however, I feel like a large pursuit of happiness is in the act of pursuing it. I think people tend to reach a point where they understand that they want to pursue this certain thing, but aren't really happy with the pursuit that they have to go through in order to reach what they want to reach. I think once again that takes away a lot from the end goal that you might want to reach, because if you don't enjoy the journey as much as you like the end of the journey, then it takes away from the journey. The reward isn't as valuable if the adventure wasn't of value to you. And to give a really bad example that I'm completely stealing from basketball terms, there was a quote from a podcast that I was listening to where the quote basically talked about players who didn't get the chance to win a championship but were great players nonetheless. And the player gets asked about if he thinks that his career was maybe less valuable because of the lack of championship winning, right? And the player responds about how much he fell in love with the process, about how much he fell in love with striving to be better, about growing as a player. Although he went over a decade without ever winning a championship, he said that the love he felt for the process is what held him in. And it's what held him throughout his entire career, because he retired without one. And I think that's the exact way that people should look upon their own lives, their own goals, their own achievements, and their own experiences. Is that no matter if you achieve it or not, you have to make sure that you love the process that you're going to engage into in order to attempt to reach that goal, so that the end goal isn't worthless, so that the end goal isn't bittersweet. And I think the journey is so important because there is a large amount of people that achieve their goals and there's the same amount of people that don't. And I believe for the people that don't, they can tend to look at their lives more through a failure standpoint rather than a I tried and that's what matters, right? Standpoint. It's like, doesn't matter if you fail, you tried. Doesn't matter if you were successful, you tried, which is more than most people do. Most people are too scared to try. Most people don't want to try because of the chance of failure, when that should be the main reason you want to try. Because I can fail, I want to try it. These are pretty. So again, I think value absolutely every single step of the way. Value the journey that gets you to the moment that then becomes a memory. Value every single one of those moments. Value the journey and value your attempt to reach your goals. And if you achieve your goals, then value those goals. And if you don't, then value the fact that you tried. And once those are memories, and maybe you are successful in the future, or you do something completely different in the future from what your goal initially was, value the memory of you attempting it, or value the memory of you achieving it. Value absolutely everything. But yeah, the act of understanding and learning how to value everything adds a different level of joy to everything. You can find joy in everything. Doesn't matter if you're in the worst stage of your life, because you have all those happy memories to look back on. Doesn't matter if you're in the middle of your journey struggling to reach your goals, because you can learn to love that process. You can learn to love that journey. You can learn to enjoy all of it, regardless of failure or success. You don't watch movies or read books for the ending, or at least you shouldn't, right? But you watch and read for the experience that the entirety of it gives you. That's the exact same thing that life does for you. In the same way, we may value the entirety of a movie that was so good that it made the ending even better. You should value your entire life down to the memories, because that's where true happiness lies. I hope if you're pursuing something, achieving something, in some way pursuing your own happiness in life, that you achieve it. I'm glad that whatever you may be doing, you're doing. I hope all of you guys are happy in your own way, and you can seek deeper happiness and joy through valuing absolutely everything in your lives. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. That's basically it for this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.